All right, in this video, we're going to show you how to use WordPress to build a brand new post that really doesn't require a lot of writing. It's really building a post out of some links. This is a technique that is very effective for when you don't have a lot of time to create a new post, or you're just looking to beef up the number of posts that you're creating on your website. That doesn't, like I said, doesn't require as much time. So in this case, we're going to use the Investor Protector website. This belongs to a client of ours who's just getting launched with WordPress for the first time. And so I'm going to go ahead and get logged into investorprotector.org. And as you can see, I'm using the website name, and then I added a /WP-admin out to the side. That's already been swapped out here. So I'm going to go ahead and block this out while I get logged in. All right, once you get logged in, you'll be at the WordPress dashboard, which is the usual place that you find yourself. And I'm going to click on the new button and choose Post. That will get me to a brand new, clean post. Now, a couple of days ago, I worked with Bob Wyatt, who runs this website, and we identified a couple of articles that he wanted to use to build a post out. So we actually created a post out of these articles previously, but I'm going to show the technique on screen here as a reference tool. And so for you who might be using a website for the first time, you haven't seen this done, obviously this will be brand new. Bob sent me some articles that were going to be of interest to his readers. And in addition to things like tweeting the articles or maybe posting them to his Facebook page, he's also going to occasionally build a post out of these types of articles on his website. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up the articles that we're going to use in new tabs. Okay, I swapped out one of the URLs here because it was pointing to an article that was behind a paywall, which is not necessarily the greatest experience for your visitors to send them a link to a site that they have to register in order to view. I think when we looked at it the other day, we were on mobile, and that particular site did not have their paywall in place for mobile users. So that's an interesting aside. But anyway, I've got 3 URLs here that point to articles that will be of interest to the readers of the Investor Protector website, and we're going to use them to build a post. And so I'm just going to start with a title that may or may not actually make sense, but it will relate to at least one of the stories. Are you being ripped off by your financial advisor? So I'm typing a title right where you would normally type it, of course. And now instead of writing content, brand new content for this post, I'm going to simply do a quick introduction. Here are 3 articles. Let's go this way. 3 stories you may want to check out that have to do with fraud in the financial services industries. Okay, and so I'm going to now build as I said, I'm going to build a post out of these 3 articles. And to do that, I'm going to just simply create a bulleted list. So that gives me a bullet point to start. And this first article is NBA star Tim Duncan, who is suing his financial advisor for fraud. Okay, so I need to go ahead and type up a title for this article, or maybe a title is a wrong way to say it, kind of a teaser line, some way to lead it. A headline is fine. And so I've got one written up already, so I'm just going to paste it in here. NBA star Tim Duncan sues his financial advisor. And this article is coming from Reuters. So I've already highlighted the URL. This is where someone could find the article if they typed it in, or in our case, we're going to give them a link that they can click. And so I'm going to attribute the article this way, just in parentheses. I'm going to say Reuters. And now I want to take the phrase, the word Reuters in this case, or if it were a phrase, depending on the website that you're linking to, and I'm going to create a link out of it. So I click the link button. By the way, you find that in the top row of buttons in your WordPress editor. There's a little guy right here that looks like a chain link. And when it pops up, this http:// will already be highlighted, which means all I have to do is right-click and choose Paste, and my fully formed URL is going to go in there. I do need an http:// at the beginning, but I don't want 2 of them. And that's why it was important that it was highlighted already when I clicked Paste. So now you decide at this point whether you want to send the visitor to the website in a new tab or not. Now, I like to send them in this type of an article, in this type of a blog post, I like to send them to the article that we're referencing in a new tab so that they can come back and visit the other ones, because I'm creating links to multiple stories, so I don't want to lose them here and have them have to use their back button to come back to find us. So I'm going to create this that way. When you hit add link, you'll see that the phrase, or in this case the word Reuters, whatever you had highlighted when you clicked the insert edit link button, whatever that was highlighted will be turned into a link. So the word Reuters in this case is turned into a link. So that's kind of nice. Now I'm going to say build my next link here. So in this case, I'm going to use the words retirement, are you being ripped off? So again, I'm going to right click and hit paste. Actually, I'm going to hit undo here, which there is a simple way to hit undo from your keyboard. If you're on a PC, it's Control Z. I think on a Mac, it's Command Z instead, but it's the undo button. There's also a button here. You may or may not be seeing the second row of buttons in WordPress. So if not, you need to turn that on. But I'm going to click undo. And the reason is that I want to paste this as plain text. I'm copying this phrase from another website. In my case, it's from an email, but my email is running in Gmail, so it's coming from another web page essentially, and it came with some formatting which I didn't really want. So I wanted to just right-click and hit paste as plain text. That's a feature built into Chrome, which is the browser that I'm using. If your browser doesn't have that button, you could also just click this guy right here. And so it's going to say paste is now in plain text mode. So anything that you paste will go in as plain text. So you'll see it came without the formatting. When I pasted it before without that set and I just chose regular paste, you see how it gave me an extra blank line and there's some kind of an extra space going on here? I don't want that. So that's the reason that I was concerned about pasting in plain text. So there we go. And this particular story is this one here, and it's coming from CNN Money. So I'm going to, again, highlight the URL, choose copy, come back over here. We'll go CNN, not CBB, but CNN/money. And I'm going to highlight what's inside here, choose insert/edit link. Again, right click and paste. Incidentally, the shortcut for that, if you want to just use the keyboard shortcut instead of right-clicking and choosing paste, you can hit Control V. Or on the Mac, I think it's Command V instead. But that is the paste function. Now, I'm going to use one more just so that we do this a third time and build out a story with 3 links in it instead of just 1 or 2. And so I'm going to just paste in this title. Again, I'm going to choose paste as plain text, but I've already got this in text mode, so it would have worked that way anyway. Consumer groups ask FINRA to increase arbitration transparency. And this is from Financial Advisor magazine. So again, I'm highlighting the URL. I'm going to go back to my post, and we'll type in parentheses here, Financial Advisor. You might say magazine, you might not. I think it'll be clear that it's a publication by the name of Financial Advisor. And I'm going to use Control V this time, add link, done. Okay, now if I have a few more minutes, I might actually write a little bit better title and introductory paragraph and so forth. If you don't have time for that, hey, you just built yourself a post. You'll notice it's only 47 words, so not a great deal of substance, but you do gain the advantage that your website is being updated. And of course, I can hit publish right now, and this will publish live to the website. Or I can choose the edit button right here where it says publish immediately. I can click edit, and I can select a time for this to publish. So let's say I wanted to publish this on February 14th on Valentine's Day at 8 a.m. Then that would be when I would choose to have it published. And then I would click the schedule button. And of course, WordPress will handle all of the magic in the background that will cause this to be published at that time. A couple of quick things I'll point out. This went into an uncategorized category. This is a website where I actually have to clean up some of the categories and get rid of some things that are not actually going to be used. Uncategorized is not where I want this one to go, so I'm going to put it in the fraud category. And I will need to update the post once I make that change. You'll notice my button changed from schedule. It was originally published, and then it became schedule once I played with the scheduler, and now it became update because it knew that I had already scheduled it, so I'm just updating the contents of the post. There are other things that we could show here, but I wanted to at least get you a quick video so that you can see how to build a post using some articles. Now I'm going to right click and choose view in a new tab so that you can see how this appears on the website. And so the 3 links appeared as expected, and here's my post. So I've got this created and it's ready to go. Now I'll show you the one that we actually published when I was working with Bob here a couple of days ago. It's the same 3 articles, but they came from this was the source that I had changed today. But the title that we wrote together was Investors Beware, and then here are 3 recent articles to shine a light on the brokerage industry. But you can see how that works, and this was published a few days ago. If you have questions about this, don't hesitate to post your question here, whether you're viewing us today on YouTube, on our own website at growthedream.com, or on our Facebook page. Wherever you find the video, go ahead and post a question if you have one, and we'll do our best to tackle those for you, and invite you to go ahead and subscribe for future videos that will help you grow your business and utilize 21st century marketing tools to make great things happen for you.